Alright, it's been fucking months since I recorded anything. Because I've recorded so far ahead in everything that I've got nothing to record. Which I mention this all the time, but I'm going to mention it again. You know, bulk recording, it works. Gives me a lot of free time. Unfortunately, I really don't need the free time right now. Because of the fact that I'm on a near as makes no difference 3 months break from doing anything. So, you know, here I am, sat in a room. I don't even know what day it is. It might be Thursday, but it could also be Wednesday just as equally. I genuinely don't know, but I do know that this video is going up the same week I'm recording it. So I'm fairly close to where real life is in terms of recording stuff, which is nice. Makes me feel like the things I'm saying are a little bit more relevant to real life rather than talking about current events that when they get uploaded they're like 3 months in the past. So you know, shit. Oh fuck. Just fuck my shit up, fam. But yeah, I do want to get Underground 1 out the way. I'm not gonna do a whole lot of recording today because I would sort of like to not be months ahead of schedule again, because like I do need something to do to keep me sane, because I've been, like I said, I've got literally nothing to do. So, oh shit. I'm gonna try and keep myself sane by playing Underground 1, because playing Rally Sport Challenge is making me go more insane than I would otherwise. Because I've recorded, I haven't recorded the last 4 events yet. Which are the last 3 hill climbs and then that last rally. And I think there might be a bonus level that I need to unlock, but I don't know about that. I don't. To be honest with how I'm doing in the game, I'm probably not going to be able to unlock it. Because it's not that the AI is difficult to beat, you know, it's not that I need to get good or whatever. Well, it is. At the final 4 events. It's just that it feels like the physics model of the game has given up completely on, like, letting me play it at all. You know? Like, the cars are... It's not that the cars are undrivable, it's that the game has become unplayable, if you see what I mean. Like, you know, I'm playing with hill climb cars, which are supposed to be pretty much the perfect cars. Like, they turn when you tell them to, they accelerate when you tell them to, they brake when you tell them to. Because they're supposed to be driven up, like, really dangerous mountain roads like Pikes Peak. And you need... If you want to get up Pikes Peak in like 8 minutes, you need the perfect car. So that's what they're built to be, you know. Unfortunately, Rally Sport Challenge went ahead and made the hill climb cars the worst cars in the entire game. I've just noticed that Subaru was coming past me. I thought I was going to win that. I thought it was going to be fine, but no. So yeah, I just can't finish Rally Sport Challenge. I can't deal with it. So I'm just gonna skip the end of that game. You know, that one comment I got, the one genuine comment, because I get a lot of spam comments of people, and it's pretty much every time it's that one channel that's advertising their cover of Zombie by the Cranberries, and it's not even a good cover. I don't particularly like the original, but like if they could stop spamming their shit cover in my comment section, that'd be nice. The one genuine comment I've gotten of the guy asking if I was gonna play the bonus level of Rally Sport Challenge. Like, I'm gonna have to let that one comment is gonna have to be let down, because I can't deal with the game because I'm not good enough. And I don't like the game anymore. So I'm skipping the end of Rally Sport Challenge. I'm moving straight on to finishing WRC 2 Extreme. And then I want to play a rally game with a handling model that's completely different from either of those, just to like make me forget how terrible I think Rally Sport Challenge is. So I don't know what. I'm not totally sure if I want to play Dirt 3 or Baja Edge of Control after WRC 2, because the HD remake of Baja Edge of Control is coming out pretty soon, and like it'll probably come out like, because there's not that many rallies to do in WRC 2, to be honest, so I can definitely get that out the way before the Baja HD comes out, or no, Baja 4K or whatever comes out. So like there'll be rejuvenated interest in one of the greatest off-road racing games of all time, allegedly. Like, I've played some of it and it's really good. I don't know if I'd call it one of the greatest, but it's really good. The handling model is a bit Rainbow Studios, like, you know. I'll talk about this more at the time, but it feels a little bit like MX vs 8 EV for my taste. Anyway, but it is good. It's a good game. So yeah, but I'm not sure if I am gonna just play Baja Edge of Control just to cash in on the new game coming out. I've unlocked some new rims. I might check those out in a minute. Yeah, probably not going to play it just to cash in, because I prefer to do videos for the art of videos. It's not for the money. It's not for the views. It's for the art, in a way. Whatever art comes of playing a million racing games, I don't know what artistic value there is in that, but that's what I do it for. You know, I don't. Where are these fresh new rims? Well, I said I wanted rims with 5 spokes and a sort of deep dish. Let's see. I like these. I might get these. No. Alright, I know I said... Oh, perfect. Right, I know I said I wanted 5 spokes, which is why I was going to go for these, because those are really nice, but then I found ones that are actually 5 spokes, so we're going with the Enkai Capones. Pretty sure Capone is that guy that made that song from Underground 2. Whatever. Not talking about Underground 2 yet, even though it is a better game than this, in my opinion. Actually, no, that's a fact. Underground 2 is a better game than Underground 1. Speaking of Need for Speed, even though I'm playing Need for Speed, so, you know, I was thinking of that anyway. I commented on a Black Panther video, I think last night. You know, it was that video he made where he was talking about, I think it was called, like, We Fixed Need for Speed's Timeline or something. And I watched the video, and he's constantly trying to tell everyone that he's not a shill for Need for Speed Payback, because, you know, oh, look at me, I can say that Need for Speed Rivals was shit, and I can say that Need for Speed 2015 had some problems with its handling model. Look at me, I can't be a shill. But it's pretty obvious he's a shill. I mean, you know, they invited him out to play the game. You know, they've pretty much definitely paid him off, in my opinion. You know, you don't get invited out to play a game without the company saying you're not allowed to say anything bad about it. You know? So, you know, I don't trust the opinions of the big YouTube channels, which is why, and they're the channels that do YouTube pretty much for the money at this point. There's not a lot of art in their videos. I do it for the art, don't you know? So, you know, I don't believe that he hasn't got some kind of deal with EA to hype people up for Need for Speed Payback. Especially since, like, the gameplay video for Need for Speed Payback came out and it looks pretty much just like 2015, if not worse than that. And anyway, so I leave a comment on the video. I say, NFS Payback is going to be shit, and just leave it. And for the entire night, I was getting notifications of people calling me a nostalgia fag, complaining that, you know, oh, you need to stop having nostalgia for the old Need for Speeds, like Underground 2 and Most Wanted and Carbon. Even though those are objectively the best Need for Speeds, some of the best street racing games ever made, if not... What the... Okay, maybe not this one. That was a bad time to say Need for Speed makes some of the best street racing games, but you see what I mean. You know, Most Wanted, Carbon, Underground 2. Some of the, like, definitely the best street racing games ever made. If not some of the best racing games, and it's really hard going to be really hard for someone to argue against that. You know, you can't try and tell me that Need for Speed 2015 was somehow better than Need for Speed Underground 2. That it can't be done. There can't be any fanboy of Need for Speed that's enough of a fanboy to try and argue that 2015 is better than Underground 2. It can't be argued that way. And I got a lot of other interesting replies to that comment. One guy said I was a racer. He just says, you know, plus Joe does racing. Oh, Jesus, Supra's a bit all over the place. He just posts racer. Well, at the time of Underground 2 and Underground 1, it wasn't really... I mean, it was rice. Objectively, it was rice, but it was, at the time, it looked cool. You know, it was a big trend. You know, I bet that's the same type of person that would defend stancing or Americanized drifting, and which are the two cancers of cars at the minute. I fucking hate normies. Normie car culture is the fucking worst. Stancing is shit. Drifting anywhere except on the toge is pretty much always shit. And now normies are trying to steal the toge from me. You know, they're stealing the Super Eurobeat, so I've had to move away to the other kind, which I fucking pray they don't find out about, but they shouldn't. And even if they did, they probably won't like it because... What the fuck? There's no way that a normal fag would ever like Toho Eurobeat. Purely on the basis that the lyrics are Japanese, so there's no way they could ever get into that. You know, call me a weeb, but at least I have better taste than you. You know, elitism... I've said it before, I'll say it again. Elitism is always a good thing. What else is there to say about that shit show of a comment section? I don't know, I left it after I left the comment, so I don't... oh yeah, I checked, I got 36 thumbs up on that comment, so hopefully... And there were a fair few people that agreed, because, you know, they're not blinded by false hype created by YouTube personalities. And they can look at the gameplay video, and they can look at Ghost's past Need for Speed titles and think, yeah, nah, I'm not too confident in this. And the game, let me talk about the gameplay video of Need for Speed Payback for a minute, because Jesus Christ, all right, oof, fucking hell. That's what I'm gonna say about that. You can deduce what I meant by that on your own, but I'm gonna leave it at that. Hopefully you can figure out what that means. I don't know. I'll end up getting it. I've pretty much got every Need for Speed at this point. You know, I haven't got anything Hot Pursuit 2 and earlier. And I haven't got Shift 2, and I haven't got Most Wanted 2012, and I haven't got Rivals. But that's it. I've got every other Need for Speed. Some of them, you know, multiple times. You know, I've got Need for Speed Pro Street for the Xbox and the DS. I've got Underground 2 for the Xbox and the DS. Like the original Xbox. Okay, fair enough. Looks like I'm not the only car that has problems with the environment in this game. That seller could span off a curb. Which I'd be way madder if I span like that just by hitting a curb than hitting a wall while I'm in the air. I'd be in a blind fury from something like that happening. especially on the last lap of a race. It's taken me 14 minutes to complete a sprint race and a circuit, and I'm not even halfway through the circuit yet, which is nice, lovely, love it. What else can I say? I downloaded GTR 2 last night, the racing simulator. Well, simulator. It's I don't know. It feels nice to drive, so I don't know if it's a simulator, because most simulators make themselves feel as terrible as possible, so that, you know, sim dads can go onto the forums and circle jerk about how difficult the cars are to drive and how they can barely turn a lap, which is something to be proud of for some reason. You know, whatever. I'm playing it on keyboard. Not got too many assists on, and I can still keep the car pointing in a straight line. So, you know, I'm planning on entering a league. Nothing with SimDads. I'm talking about an OVG league on the Tibetan basket weaving forum with GT500 cars. I don't know if I'm going to record that, because the Windows record function that I use to record PC gameplay, I don't think I've recorded any PC gameplay on either of my channels, but if I do end up recording any of the races of OBGT 500, then they'll probably go on my other channel, which I'll link at some point. I might never link it. I might just talk about uploading league race replays to my other channel and then never actually link my other channel, so no one ever finds it. Which is like, it's like that one, it's like those what are they called, where they make some kind of dumb mystery online, and you have to figure out the mystery, and it crosses over from the internet into real life, and oh, it's really spooky. You guys got to be scared, because it turns out that this guy from this creepypasta I wrote is actually real. And look, he sent me an email. That kind of thing. I can't remember what it's called. I'm pretty sure there's one called, like, the Wyoming incident or something. I'm talking about that kind of thing. But except it'll be, instead of, like, being spooky, it'll just be me and my YouTube channels of GTR 2 gameplay. So yeah, I don't know. It all depends on how well my toaster of a laptop can run the game. Like, if I can run the game with the other guys, like, without it lagging too horribly, might have to turn the graphic settings down a fair bit. I'm running it in like an 800 by 600 window, and it's running at a fairly high frame rate, so I don't know if I should, like, increase the size of the window and see what happens. But if I can run it acceptably, then I might record some of it. If not, then I won't. You know, either way, like I said, people watching this channel that don't know my other channel will never find out, so it doesn't even matter. This fucking guy's gonna overtake me at the last possible second, innit? Lucky I saved all of my NOS for the final corner. Right. And here we go. I didn't actually save the NOS on purpose, I forgot I had it. Yep. S13. Outclassing a Toyota Supra, as usual. You know, pop-up headlights can beat anything, even a 2JZ. And the 2JZ isn't even as good as an LS. Why don't you just LS swap your Supra, my dudes? You can do it with $500 in a weekend, I promise. No memes, I swear. Right. A drag race. I mean, we all know how well these usually go for me, but I reckon I can fit it in before I hit the... Well, I'm not going to fit it in the whole race in before I hit the 20-minute mark, but it'll be about the right time. So I guess I could give it a go. Just need to remember the shift buttons, as usual. Right. And a 1. and a 2, and get a good start. Oh, beautiful. I mean, I short shifted straight away, but okay, I did it again. I can't really see where I'm going because the whole road is downhill, but let's get out of oncoming. That seems like a good idea. Oh, shit. Oh, fuck. Oh, cunt. Oh, fuck. Well, I mean, fuck. I'm not really sure what was going on with the car there, but as you know, in drag racing events in this game, you're not really in control of where the car's going. So, it doesn't really count that it was all over the road. That wasn't my fault. That was the game playing itself. Around the truck. Try not to go up the ramp to get off this dip here. Turn this way to avoid that wall and the traffic on the inside, which I can barely see. Up and over the jump. Over the line. Easy peasy. Told you I could do it before the 20-minute mark. This video's not 20 minutes long yet, right? Ranked 9th in circuit and drag race mode now. 9th out of 10th. That's pretty alright. That's pretty good. Top 10. I'm always top 10. But usually I'm only top 10 when there's less than 10 cars in a race. So that was this episode of Need for Speed Underground. I'm going to record an episode of World Rally Championship now. Just to get Rally Sport Challenge off my mind. So, I'm going to be back with more of the most beautiful car in the world, the F13, next week, hopefully. If I haven't gone nuts from having, you know, total deprivation of contact with the outside world. But I can usually deal with it. It'll be fine.